What up, what up, what up, YouTube? Ukraine Part 2. Ukraine Part 2. Jumping back into our Ukraine news, we were covering Wagner at the beginning of the stream there, and now we're jumping into normal Ukraine news, frontline updates, what's going on. There's an actual war happening, right? So let's, before we get into some of that news, though, it's been a couple hours since the last time we've gotten an update about the Wagner situation. Has Prigozhin's convoy been bombed, right? Is Putin really going to let this motherfucker bitch him, knock on his front door, couple hundred miles away from Moscow with a whole crew of badass motherfuckers shooting planes and helicopters out of the sky? And Putin's going to let this guy waltz all on into Belarus and then take his ass, back to fucking Africa to become a billionaire. Is Putin really going to let that happen? Tarasov on Don. Didn't hit you rather than straight to Moscow. I think this was a planned coup. It wasn't a coup. No, he bitched out the moment that, the moment he got to a place where it was about to get real. It was happening. Prigozhin planned to force Putin's hand and reorganize the MOD to fire Shoigu. You think so? However, the FSB put a warrant out for him, and Putin called him and all Wagner terrorists on state TV. Yeah. Essentially forcing his hand and making him start the drive north. If this were planned as a coup against Putin, interesting. He would have driven straight to Moscow. True. Yeah. I say this is armed rebellion that was designed to upend the MOD. Interesting. Short answer, no. Long answer, nope. So far, Prigozhin's sitting pretty, man. He's on his way. He's on his way to Belarus, I guess. Russian police have returned to Rostov after the Wagner Group's departure tonight. The people aren't happy to see them. They are blocking. I guess there really was popular support for this. These poor suckers, they thought Wagner was there to save them. Oh. So this was about Prigozhin forcing change to the Ministry of Defense. I mean, he killed Russian soldiers, dude. He fucking fired. He blew up 3 Russian helicopters, shot down a Russian, airplane, like a big military one, not some dinky one, a big old one. All the crew dead. I know Solokhov. I just find it so unbelievable that this guy can just kill fellow Russian soldiers, and Putin's just going to let his ass walk. I mean, if that is the case, Prigozhin is more powerful than we are giving him credit for, and Putin is more weak than what we perceive. So that plane had 40 fucking people on board. Actually, all we have is that one video that Wagner put out about the strike on the Wagner base. We don't have any official numbers on how many people actually died, and that video is sus as fuck. That video does not feel authentic in any way. There's like one dead body, some fires, some busted up forest. And Prigozhin is telling us, oh, everyone's dead, everyone died, thousands dead. And like, how many? What are you talking about? Do you have any evidence? Right? So, wow, these poor suckers really thought Wagner was there was gonna free them from the tyranny of Putin. Well, they got them all riled up. Got them all excited for a coup. Oh, everyone wanted this coup. The Ukrainians, spectators, the Russians, civilians, they couldn't wait. So that's a great point. Putin is weak, but that doesn't make Prigozhin strong. Sure. Pro-Kremlin Telegram channels are moaning that the 15 servicemen of the Russian army were killed as a result of Prigozhin's march for justice. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. This you can't do that. You can't do that shit, dude. Governor of Rostov says Wagnerites have left the region and are en route to their field camps. He thanks people for keeping essential services running during the extraordinary conditions Street sweeps take a bow. Yes, those hard-working street sweepers, man. Coup, no coup. Look, I got 8 hours. I got a job to do. Okay. It makes me want to go to Rostov. Just see how clean that city is. The safety of Prigozhin, whether he decides to fly to Belarus, has reportedly been guaranteed. So that was the last update we had just a couple hours ago. So it's all good, I guess. So far, he's alive. Prigozhin's alive. I guess Putin's a bitch, dude. Putin's just a bitch, dude. Bitched out, dude. Holy shit. Stopping a coup by asking nicely. Yeah, no, I know. Or Dala there. Wow, really cool setup there. That is a crazy looking. Is that some like leather dominatrix stuff in your icon? That's pretty cool. Wagner's there to save them from Ukraine. I've been saying that regardless of how this plays out, long term it won't end well. In authoritarian governments that these things happen, it'll destabilize the autocratic base for years. It's you know what I mean? Sure, nothing will happen in the short term, but people are going to be talking about Putin and how, weak he is. Ukes have no idea what's going on. Keep sucking off the MSNT. Yeah. Don't know what's going on. It's all justified, right? Russia has a right to have a buffer on NATO. They're really scared. NATO's going to invade Russia, right? I don't want to see what a destabilized nuclear state looks like. Well, we have, what is it? Not Palestine, Pakistan. We have Pakistan. Let me see what he said here. Wagner has been abusing Russian conscripts for whatever they wanted since they got in Ukraine. So yeah, I can allow this one if you want to see it. Wagner, Russian conscripts for whatever they wanted. Oh, I got a DM. Oh, well, thank you, famous 399. That's a very kind words. I thought someone DM'd me to say I'm entertaining and that I deserve to be popular. Oh, that's oh that's so nice. I can safely say that's one of the first DMs I got that wasn't, KYS. Well, that was nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. What was the name again there? Famous 399. Thank you for those kind words. I know. I'm a cringe Ukraine simp. Hey, do you want to play a game? Would you like to play a game? Ooh. Let's see. Cat, Cube, Hate Switch. Want to play a game, buddy? I was telling the talking point that Ukraine restricted Russian language and fake propaganda is one of the grain of truth there. Oh, I thought you were a tough guy. I thought you were, want to stand toe-to-toe with the big boys. Oh. Well, we'll just give you the timeout. And maybe after you've had 10 minutes to think about it, you can come back and let me know if you want to play the game. Tough guy. Tough boy. Well, as soon as a dumbass agrees to play it, I'll show you. Also, I can't tell, is the talking point that Ukraine restricted Russian language a fake propaganda one, or is there a grain of truth there? I think Ukraine recently voted to make Ukrainian the official language instead of Russian, but the Ukraine government isn't banning anybody from speaking Russian. No one, if you're walking around Kyiv and you're speaking Russian, no one's gonna, tackle you and send you to the gulag. None of that's happening. I think they just made Ukrainian the official national language. I think that's what's going on, if I remember correctly. All right, so that's all we got with Wagner, but I guess I'm shocked. I thought he would be a smoldering slag heap by the time I got back to this. Convoy bombed, Wagner convoy hit with missiles, right, on the way to Belarus. No, okay. Maybe they're waiting for the Wagner troops to sign contracts with the MOD before they take out Prigozhin, right? Maybe they're waiting, right, for all that to happen. you know, because that's the agreement that a big chunk of Wagner is going to be absorbed into the Russian military. Maybe they're waiting, let that happen, and then slip off the balcony. Slip off the balcony. It doesn't sound like they have a choice, Hen Date. It doesn't sound like they have a choice. That's part of Prigozhin's deal. There's footage. Oh, there's footage of the convoy getting bombed. Shut up. They want to go back to their diamond mines in Africa? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's no footage of Prigozhin's convoy getting bombed. Don't film me. Don't give me false hope like that. You're just being cruel. Back to Ukrainian news. You remember the bridge that everyone was talking about before Wagner attempted a fake coup? Well, we finally got footage. If you haven't seen it before, here it is. These are, I don't know, as confirmed as it can be that it was 2 Shadow Storm missiles. Shadow Storm. But yeah, here's footage of it slamming in. I'm sorry, Storm Shadow. Sorry. But yeah, nasty ass. Oof. Oof. I mean, it's like a movie, dude. Kurhausmaster. How did Robert Wagner get so caught up in all this? I don't know, man. That's a good question. You think so, Lenny? Damn, that's a nasty. I mean, look at the shockwave hits, and you could see all the debris. You could see the camera shaking from the shockwave. There's no audio. Boom, and then ooh, dude, holy shit! And I think there's another one. Is there 2, or is it just this? Just this one? I think is it like 2 at the same exact, like near the same exact time? I think it's like 1 and then another one. No, just the one. Okay, it's just the one. Nasty. I mean, those are nasty ass. They're like the size of a vehicle. They're like the size of a Prius. Huge grain of salt. But maybe Putin got so tired of his generals, he ordered his private army to do this. I mean, there's some. Could be. It's within the realm of possibility that this was something Putin and Prigozhin planned to get rid of Shoigu, right? It's like, but Hen Date makes a great point. Like, why would Putin, you know, work something out with Prigozhin that in the end makes him look like a weak bitch and makes Prigozhin look like the Chad, right? You know, who like, you know, well, I gave Putin an ultimatum and then he came to the negotiating table, right? And he's going to listen to what I have to say, right? Because that's what it makes it look like right now. Why would Putin agree to that? Maybe he agreed to something else and Prigozhin flipped a switch. You know? Yeah, do we actually know if Shoigu was actually detained as well? Do we know if that's like, you know, that's just part of the rumor mill? And he never badmouthed Putin. He was like I said, he was like coming to Putin's defense, right? He's like, I'm here to save you, Putin, from these military leaders that don't know what they're doing. Some tunage. Yeah. It's the quiet hour with abandoned nihilism. Take your pants off. Then what? I better put your pants back on. Probably just that dumb. It does distract from the whole Natalie Wood scandal. There's a Natalie Wood scandal. Really? What did she do? What did she do? There's nothing going on with Natalie Wood. Oh, it's a Robert. Is it a Robert Wagner reference? I don't know. Oh, it is. Spouse Robert. He's making Robert Wagner references. I don't know. I don't know. I'm in my 30s. I'm in my 30s. Okay, he's a jokester. This is so funny. Squatting Russian diplomat refusing to leave terminated Canberra embassy site. So there was, I think, a Russian embassy being built in Australia, I think, or something like that. And they decided to stop building it or something. And there's a Russian diplomat who's refusing to leave. This is the only card they play, I guess. Prime Minister has poked fun at a Russian diplomat who was squatting on land near Parliament House and defying a new law, effectively evicting Russia from the site. Oh, that's classic. They canceled the lease and didn't renew it. The Australian newspaper has revealed that a lone diplomat is refusing to leave the Commonwealth land formerly held by the Russians for a future embassy, triggering a standoff with Australian federal police. Police are unable to remove him, even though the site has been voided as an embassy land because he holds diplomatic immunity. So he's not on sovereign territory. It's no longer, right, Russian territory, but he does still enjoy diplomatic immunity. And technically, you know, he gets to do whatever he wants because I guess that's how it works with diplomatic immunity. It's pretty ridiculous. But Anthony Albanese said the government has begun the process to take back possession of the block and said the government remained confident its legal position was sound. This is great. A bloke standing in the cold on a blade of grass in Canberra is not a threat to our national security. Oh, Russia. Oh, Russia. We used to be scared of this superpower. Do you remember that? It was like a year ago. You remember when we were all scared of Russia? What? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving, guys. Hey, how you doing, Nico? 35 years ago? No, I mean, Barack Obama was pretty fucking cucked by Russia. Oh, Angela Merkel. Angela Merkel. He still got nukes. But I mean, the thing is like nukes. If you want to end this right now, go ahead, fire a nuke. Not only would Russia not win in Ukraine, there's no spot that they could nuke that could like change the tide of the war. You fire one nuke, all of NATO is engaged. Anybody that's not part of NATO but isn't aligned with Russia is engaged. Right? Panda Man. Panda Man. The Derail King. The Derail King. Not really. I remember being scared of their incompetence when Chernobyl blew. Oh, yeah, right. We used to think Russia was a legitimate military, is what I'm getting at. Thank you for the follow. Random words and letters. Thank you for that follow. He still has those nukes, but those nukes are, they might as well, you know, it's the end of Russia, right? I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think if Putin was like, nuke him, push the button. If he was like, yeah, do it, I don't think his military would listen to him. Right? I don't think they'd be like, no, I want to continue to live in Russia, controlled by Russians. I don't want to live in occupied Russia. Right? Uncle Sam occupied Russia. I don't want to lose my position of power. Right? My everything, my fortune, my house, my power, my position. Right? If I push that nuke button, right? That's it. Right? So I don't think his military would even allow Putin to launch a nuke. So that's funny. Squatting diplomat. Gotta love it. Some pretty tragic footage here, but you know, hey, maybe don't invade another country, you vodka-soaked morons. Russia soldiers looking at the smoldering ruins of their military base after a Ukrainian missile strike on Henichevsk, right next to Crimea. You think so, Solahov? Yeah. I mean, look, firing a nuke in retaliation to a nuke, the military's all for it, 100%. firing a nuke because you're losing a war of choice that would guarantee, you know, you're losing that war for sure. Come on. You know, Bob Ross would make something out of that scene. Yeah, some happy trees next to the smoldering ruins of this Russian base. Yeah. Look, it's okay if you make a mistake with the smoke, because you just make the smoke a bigger cloud, you see? Happy mistakes. We can just make this a bigger smoke cloud, a little extra black. And there you go, folks. You got your own smoldering ruin. Bob Ross, do not look into... Bob Ross was an amazing person. Don't look into the actions of his family after his death if you don't want to be depressed. Bob Ross, amazing person. The family that, you know, took over his career after he died, horrible people. Just add another smoke plume. Plenty of artillery shells. Plenty. Just dot them on the horizon. Yeah, Bob Ross was a veteran. Yeah, Air Force veteran, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, I think Bob Ross was a veteran. Did want to show this. You know, got to keep it real. You know, got to keep it real. But here is a Ukrainian Caesar 155 millimeter self-propelled howitzer destroyed by a Russian Lancet loitering munition in Zaporizhia. The driver avoided the first drone, flipping over the SPH. I'm not sure what the SPH is. But the second one managed to hit it later, leading to the destruction of the vehicle. Sounds like nobody died. So, sounds like nobody died. You know, we lost a piece of equipment. Losses happen. This is war. The most important asset is the soldier. You know, the trained soldier that could just hop on another weapon and start ripping ass. But, you know, losses are happening on both sides. You know, let's not be delusional here. SPH, self-propelled howitzer. Oh, like a defense system? What? Like an automatic defense system? That's so fucking cool. Shut up. How destroyed is it? I'm not quite sure. We'll take a look at the footage here. So this is... Oh! Woo! You see that? Oh, man. I've never seen a Russian vehicle do that. Look at that. Evasive maneuvers. Evasive maneuvers. Nice. Yep. Oh, he rolled it. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, fuck. Evasive maneuvers, then he rolled it. Ooh. He's injured. Looks like he's injured there. Yeah, he's a little injured. He's still moving. He's still moving. I can show this. So then this is the second drone. Yeah, they're trying to, you see the guys over, okay, I'm blocking him, you can't see him. You see guys over here trying to shoot the drone down. Right here. You can see them rifles up. Oh. A little Dorito treat for me. Ew, thank you, honey. So then there you go, and then the drone hits. Boom. It doesn't look like it, Hen Date. It looks like this is a complete destruction. Okay, a bit more than a week. Yeah, no, I think it's toast, dude. Yep. Yeah, yep. Not getting that one back. Yeah, we're not getting that one back. That's scrap metal right there. This is a shotgun job. So Ukraine managed to gain ground in Ukraine. Ukraine managed to gain ground in Ukraine as Russia faced off against Russia in Russia. Okay. Okay, Katie. All right. All right, Katie. You say so. Hey, welcome from Kyiv. Thank you. Thank you for being here. While Russia scrambled to defend itself from its own paramilitary forces on Saturday, Ukrainian leaders said that their own forces managed to make advancements in Russia-occupied territory. Hell yeah, boy. The Wagner Group, a Russian mercenary organization led by Prigozhin, former ally of Vladimir Putin, marched across Russia on Saturday, coming within hours of Moscow. Prigozhin then ordered his fighters to turn around, claiming he wanted to avoid bloodshed. His point was apparently made. Meanwhile, far from the internal drama unfolding in Russia, Ukraine's counteroffensive, which began earlier this month, continued. Hanna Maliar, Ukraine's Deputy Minister of Defense, sorry, the text is a little thin here, says Saturday that Ukrainian forces launched new counteroffensive in the country's east and were holding Russian forces in defensive positions in the south. The, quote, the eastern group of troops today began an offensive in several directions simultaneously, she said on Twitter. Oh. Cat Cube left? Oh, that's a shame. Those advances have yet to be independently confirmed. The BBC reported that Ukraine has made advances since launching its counteroffensive on June 4th, including in the days and hours before the Wagner Group's apparently brief insurrection. Blah, blah, blah. You get the point. Ukraine's making gains while Russia is negotiating with terrorists, while Putin is literally negotiating with terrorists. Panda Man, yes. Yes, it is. So this is wild. I can't show you the whole video here. But hey, welcome back, Public Paul Limited. Make sure you like and subscribe to Public Paul Limited. I think he does his own streaming. I can't show you the whole video here because I don't think anyone's killed, but they're definitely injured. But this is interesting. We've never seen this before. A new type of drone-launched munition. Look at this. Look how quick this is. It's like a rocket. So look at that. Fires from the drone straight down, dude. And it blows up. There's a troop right here. It blows up and he gets caught with shrapnel, right? So just a spoiler alert there. But look at that. Right into the ground. They don't even get a chance anymore, dude. They do not even get a chance to run, dude. Never seen this one. So this guy survives. This guy survives, but he's definitely not on his feet afterwards. Yeah, it kind of looks like a firework. Shot straight down, man. Wow. Just thought I'd show that. Just interesting technology. Impact explosive, probably, yeah. It's a big explosion. Here, if you wanna see it for yourself, let me just help you out here. Sorry, I should provide these links to the chat. If you want to see the whole video, it's right here. There's your link right there. So a little bit of red meat for everybody, some trench warfare. I'm always just, you know, like I can't turn away, speechless, right? Watching these guys do it every day. I don't know how you do it. I mean, it really is like peak human ability to handle stress. You know what I mean? It is probably one of the most stressful situations a human being can put himself in. Is this combat, trench to trench? You know, is a couple kilometers away from you, you're firing away. I can't think of a more stressful situation. And these guys are just doing it every day, and they're going back. You know, imagine you do all that, you go take some R&R, and then you're ready to go back, right? And you do, and you go back. It takes a certain kind of bravery. Possibly a Russian S5K rocket. They're light enough, and I could see drones carrying them. Oh, okay. See what we can do about the quality here. No quality options, sorry. Yeah. Another thing that's totally wild is how much fighting these Ukrainians are doing in Russian trenches, right? How surreal would that be, right? You jump in as the enemy's trench. The enemy built the trench. It's the enemy's shit everywhere, right? They were there like 5 minutes ago. Maybe they got some warm tea cooking, right? And then you're engaging with Russians in their own trench. You don't know if there's explosives around any corner. You know, some guy could be in a hole somewhere. You're not sure of, and you're defending yourself from oncoming fire. Just like Jesus Christ, right? It's just peak human ability.
Все чисто. Давай, чекай пидоров. Тут просвет, вон они. Блиндаж опять.
Just blind firing, right?
Тут срали типы, ебать, прикинь.
He used to shit here. He blind fired into their fucking shithole.
Кровь.
Hey, they could be anywhere. And this is what real combat actually looks like. Could you imagine if you played a game and this was like 95% of the gameplay? You're just throwing random shots into a tree line, you know, half a mile away. Oh no, Solohov, we covered that. That trench video is amazing. We covered that very closely.
Шева, прошей посадку с пулемета.
Just drops the guy sitting there, drops 2 more dudes that are coming in, drops a 3rd guy. Yeah. Well, so they say that guy was War Gonzo. They say number 4 was War Gonzo. And check out that link, folks. If you want jaw-dropping trench warfare footage, that's the finest video that's come out of Ukraine so far of an example of that. I don't know if that guy's War Gonzo. There's some similarities. There's a beard there, you know, red hair, red beard, or whatever. I think the face looks pretty different. But we haven't. Where is War Gonzo? Where is he? Right? Apparently some social media stuff that doesn't really confirm anything. I don't know. I do know that guy should have checked his corners. You know, what we saw earlier, right? That Ukrainian, before he crosses that threshold, sticks his gun in there. Pop, 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 pop. That's exactly what that red bearded guy should have been doing. And he wasn't. He was just going through his trench and, you know, took 3 or 4 bullets to the head, dropped him instantly. So there they are in an enemy trench, right? And they start receiving grenades and artillery strikes on their position. This is probably a mortar strike.
Где уебало? Сука, я походу 300 нахуй. Да? Да. Заходи.
Yeah. Turns out, flesh wound, not permanent, but I mean, you know, that one piece of shrapnel going into your brain, that's it, you're done. More mortars. So it didn't penetrate. It will heal before your wedding. He said over the radio. So now the Russian position that was just firing at them is now retreating, and they're seeing it, and they're responding to that. Solohov, exactly, 100%. 100%. It's, you know, the trench warfare and the urban combat where there's like 100 angles no matter where you're looking, right? It's just some of the most dangerous fighting you can do. And I mean, we've literally historically never gotten footage like this before. Could you imagine if we got footage like this in World War II? All we've ever seen is the fictional reenactments of what these battles look like. This is what it actually looked like. And, you know, could you imagine, right? Just some guy in the trench, right? You know, following a soldier, taking out people. It's nuts. I can't believe we get this footage.
Саня, ГП.
I tell you, if this was a war that the United States wasn't proud of, like Iraq and Afghanistan, we wouldn't be getting any of this shit. None of the soldiers would be allowed to carry cameras. None of the soldiers would be allowed to upload to social media, right? If this was a war that the United States wasn't proud of, right? No, it'd be total media blackout. We wouldn't be getting any of this.
Давай.
Yeah, Dark Sage. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and well, that's why governments who depend on mercenary groups like the United States should be criticized and scrutinized, right? The reason why a country like the United States uses Blackwater is so that they don't have to count their deaths, and that if they commit atrocities, which they do, there's a level of plausible deniability, right? Oh, they went rogue. We didn't tell them to do that. They didn't tell them to do that. Hey, thank you, everybody that's watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome to the News Underground, #1 source of actual real news on Twitch. Welcome. You found it.
Ползи сюда, пидорас!
Telling the Russians.
Цинкуй, Сан, чуть-чуть. Силой?
It's like, I'm done with the shrapnel. Can we have one shrapnel event was enough?
Да.
Right in the trench. They were just here. I think they were just here. Time to go, boys. It's time to go. Oh, okay. No, so this is actually the video starting over. Wow. Right? Just 3 minutes of that. I'm like, I have PTSD, right? Like I need some R&R, right? Yeah, these guys, it's constant, like constant communication. How are you? What's going on? Where are you at? I'm behind you. I'm going over here. I'm doing this. It seems chaotic. It seems like really impossibly chaotic, but it's not. All right, let's get so there's the last video I want to show you is the translation of that amazing POW video of Ukraine of the coldest motherfucker in Ukraine, dude. I'm talking the love child of Charles Bronson and Clint Eastwood and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Just having a messy orgy together, dude. He's the love child of these heroes. I can't believe it, dude. Not Charles Bronson, he's not a hero. I can't believe it. And not Clint Eastwood either. He's kind of a piece of shit. Jean-Claude Van Damme, though. Hey, JCVD. We're a JCVD stream, by the way, if you didn't know that. JCVD. Adonis. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Just your normal Adonis. All right, but anyway, let's get a map update, and then we'll get to that POW video of the stonest cold Ukrainian taking prisoners. I've never seen a video like that. So full translation. So look forward to that. But let's get ourselves a little map update.
Day 485. Today there was an insane sequence of events that ended up.
Yeah, CivDiv is great. Check out CivDiv on YouTube. Real hardcore dude. Absolutely hardcore dude who has a lot of hardcore connections, and he's got access to footage that even CNN doesn't have access to. So yeah, check out CivDiv on YouTube for sure.
With the head of the biggest Russian private military company, the Wagner Group,
I hope he healed before his wedding.
A coup on the territory of the Russian Federation and declaring that his goal is to remove the Russian Defense Minister Shoigu
been through
and the
this.
Chief
Yep.
of the General Staff Gerasimov, and that
We've
anyone
been
who
through all
stands
this.
in his way will be destroyed.
Real quick, here's that video once again. You tell me if you're new here. You tell me if this video is enough proof. This whole thing seems staged. Seeing how it's ended, it makes me seriously question the beginning of this, right? Because here's the video that Prigozhin claimed as proof that Russia, bombed his position.
4 hours later, Prigozhin published a video showing that Wagner forces camps in the deep rear suffered a terrible strike. He claimed that Shoigu,
maybe this was a camp. Maybe this was supposed to be a camp. It doesn't.
who recently visited the Rostov region, did so in order to personally command the special operation to destroy Wagner forces. He claimed that their camps were hit with rockets and artillery and then raided by assault helicopters. Prigozhin said that he was gathering all his forces and heading towards Moscow to wipe out the Russian Ministry of Defense. In response, the Russian Ministry of Defense effectively launched a criminal investigation for...
I mean, it all happened so fast. It all happened so fast. It was either total chaos. I mean, I don't know, man, it's hard to... It's hard. Okay, let's get a little map update here. We've gotten the Wagner update. Let's get a map update.
Control over the whole Rostov services and regional administration, effectively seizing control over the whole Rostov region. Right now, the Wagner forces have just entered the Voronezh region.
Okay, so he's just covering the movement of the Wagner troops here. It looks like we don't have much of a Ukrainian map update. You'll have to stay tuned for I'll do a stream probably on Monday, maybe tomorrow. I might have to do one tomorrow. I normally take Sunday off, but I might have to do a quick stream on Sunday as well. But if you miss the Saturday stream, if you're new to the show here, we do small streams try to do one every day after work during the weekday, 2 or 3 times in the week sometimes. And then we do the big stream on Saturday, which is what you're seeing right here. All right, fine. Here it is, folks. The fucking cream of the crop. The absolute cream of the crop. If you don't know, I'll try to keep this really, really brief. Ukrainian soldiers take a Russian soldier who's like walking around, is like taking a piss or something, right? They pull him in. He's further away from the trench. They're up there. They pull him away. They take him prisoner. And they trick him by pretending to put an explosive grenade on his back. And they say there's a timed explosive and we have a button. It's a stick. It's a trick. They have the Russian take the Ukrainian soldiers, right? He's smoking a cigarette, real casual, takes the Ukrainian soldiers back to their trench. The Russian soldiers the Ukrainian soldiers take the Russian soldiers that are in that area prisoner right there, right? They don't even know what's going on. They don't even have weapons around. Like they're not equipped for it. They don't all of a sudden we're POWs now. And then they start receiving fire from Russian positions further down the trench. But they had just taken like 10 guys prisoner right there without firing a single shot, dude. Just using a stick and intimidation. They were able to take these guys. So sounds unbelievable. Sounds like a movie, right? It happened. It's real. Watch. We have the translation right here. This happened probably just a couple days ago. It's unbelievable. My jaw hit the floor. Hit the floor. So these are the Ukrainians. They're approaching a Russian position right here. Oh, Peskov says a lot of bullshit. If they crossed it or not. Hendate, they take POWs, man. This is war. They could have murdered them. They could have killed all of these Russian soldiers and they wouldn't have broken a Geneva Convention or a law or anything.
Подходи сюда. Иди сюда. Иди сюда.
He's talking to the Russian. Come here.
Сюда иди, подходи.
Come on over here, big boy.
Давай, гуманитарку сюда, давай. Быстро, сука. Сюда, вниз, ко мне.
Hurry up, you son of a bitch. He's talking to, this is the Russian soldier that was out like pissing or something.
Сюда иди.
So I think silhouette. I think he was telling the fellow Ukrainian soldier, get down. There's the sun is right behind you. You're an easy target to shoot from a distance.
Ты сам? Ты сам?
Thank you for following. Support AFK.
Пидор, ты один? Сюда иди ко мне. Быстро шляпа, бегом.
I mean, what do you do? What do you do, right? You're trained for all of this. You're like, okay, I'm in enemy territory. They could come get me. What do you do? What do you do? And then the moment comes, you don't have a weapon. You're away from your troops. And you got a fully armed Ukrainian soldier who's ready to kill you, telling you to come on over here. What do you do, right? You give up. What are you going to do? Run? You're going to run away? Okay.
Где оружие, сука? Пидорас. Давай, иди сюда.
No, I'm unarmed with humanitarian aid.
Ну ты гуманитарка, сука.
Humanitarian aid shit.
Понял, куда попал? Понял. Сел. Где еще кто-то? Сел, на землю садись. На землю.
I didn't realize this. He threatens him with his own fucking knife. I thought the Ukrainian whipped out his own blade. He pulls out this guy's knife.
Со мной? Ты все понял? Были, они не дошли. Смотри, сука. На меня смотри. Куда они дошли?
So now he's getting information. How many soldiers are over there?
Метр 50 отсюда. Сколько? То есть у него там по прямой за спиной у нас, да? Да. У меня за спиной. У тебя за спиной вот там 50 метров пидора. Правильно? Ну, русские.
I would tell this man anything.
Сколько их человек? Там половина побила. Сколько человек, сука?
You see, he's trying to be coy. He's trying to be a good soldier, right? Because what do? It's, you know, everything, every piece of training he's been given, don't give away fellow positions. Don't give away your comrades' positions. If you're captured, don't say anything. Don't say anything. And okay, and now I'm looking down the blade of my own knife, and I got a Ukrainian right in front of me, grabbing my collar, saying, "Okay, it's time for you to tell me all this information." Right? So what? It's just you could feel the gears churning in his head. Right? What do? I just got to give him the information. I just, you know, I either die or I do what he says.
Там половина побила. Сколько человек, сука?
How many fucking people?
Около 40. Смотри, мы сейчас тебе повесим на
So
спину.
I don't know if he's intentionally covering his camera or not, or if it's just an accident, like he has his weapon slung over him. But he it wasn't fake information. There was a lot of Russians over there. But this is the segment where they put the stick in his back, and I'll show you the stick. They put the stick in his back, and they give him this big long spiel about, okay, here's the rules, here's how it works, and if you want to live, you know, don't run away, because if you get 1 meter separated from us, it'll blow up automatically. They give him all this information, right? Well, they're putting a stick in his armor in the back.
На спину устройство.
Stone cold, man.
Мы нажмем кнопку, оно взорвется, понял?
This is real life. This ain't no movie.
Будешь делать то, что мы тебе скажем. Мы тебя заберем, потом обменяем, домой поедешь. Ты понял? Понял. Поворачивайся ко мне спиной. Спиной поворачивайся туда, смотри. Поворачивайся.
He believes it. I'd believe it, right? What, are you going to take the risk that, you know, oh, you're going to call their bluff? You know? You guys don't have grenades and stuff. Eh. I'd believe him.
Да, я аккуратно.
Be careful, be careful. He's putting a stick in there. Oh, be careful. Radio detonator. Set the action to a kilometer. I'm setting it. I'm setting the action to a kilometer. Taking the safety off.
Смотри, километр поставь.
Set it for a kilometer. 700 meters, it doesn't go any further.
700 метров. Все, у тебя кнопка.
Got the button? Got the button?
Смотри, мы тебе сейчас все покажем, Серый, и все будет нормально. Вернешься ко мне, я сниму детонатор, понял? Ты же видишь, что мы ультрасовременные войска по сравнению с вами.
Just another day at the office for this guy.
Вставай, все, не бойся.
I don't think this is even the first time he's done this. It's like, get up, get up.
Да кури, давай.
Can I smoke a cigarette, please?
Что ты очкуешь или что?
What, are you scared or something? Yeah, a little scared, yeah.
Мы так 100 раз делали.
Having a bad day.
Жизнь у тебя может быть длинная и счастливая, а может быть яркая и быстрая, понял? Давай лучше потихоньку. Кубик.
Holy shit! So here it is. You can see it. Yeah. So there's the explosive. There's another angle where it's even closer, but there it is, man. There's the remote detonated explosive stick. No shit. No shit. How many POWs did they take with the stick? There's at least there's over 5. Yeah, exactly, Hende. Yeah, exactly. Because he's gonna, you know, if there's any traps, he's gonna know about it. This is his area. This is his trench. He's been here for months, maybe weeks, maybe months. Right? He knows the whole area. He's not gonna walk on a mine. Right? So you can safely, calmly approach the trench with this guy, and And so I think they're at the entrance to his trench right here. They're just chilling. No, wait, I think they're waiting for other Russians to come back. Okay. Yeah. So he's telling them, go out, you know, see if anyone's there, and then come back and report. We'll blow you up if you don't. He's like, tell me how many meters, how many steps, dude. I don't want to blow up. He's utterly convinced. I can't believe it. Now, if you see someone, go look. All right. So he's using him to scout ahead. Oh, he's taking a nap. He was taking a nap there, folks. Claiming it was a grenade. Okay. Can't show you the picture of the guy taking a nap there. The best battle is the one that didn't happen. Wow. Okay, I did not. So I read in the earlier descriptions that these guys thought that they were Russian. So that's how they say, oh, so they're speaking Russian. They're dressed in Ukrainian setup, but like, oh yeah, we're dressed as Ukrainians. We're really Russian. Unbelievable.
Он ему что говорил? Впереди что ему говорил? Тот, кто встречал только что. Мы крайний пост, понял? Он акцент как бы сыграл, нормально. Да.
It gets real. It gets it gets real. Wait till you see this.
Вас кидают как дураков.
So those were fellow Russian soldiers taking naps in the dirt. They're just left where they lie. This is the Russian military. You're just walking over dead comrades. You're not even gonna put them in a pile so they can sleep safely somewhere. You're just gonna. This is what. Yep. That's where Steve took a nap. What the fuck is this military, dude?
Ладно, Чара, смотри. Мы хохлы, понял?
It was at this moment he knew. Woo! Is at this moment he knew.
Уже понял, да? Мы вас перевалим.
Solohov, he was sleeping.
Все будешь делать, как мы сказали, будет все нормально. Ну ты уже у нас по факту, понял? Пойди его прими.
So this is where it gets real.
Чё ты, батя, ранен?
So I think these are Russians. These are more Russians coming towards the trench. I think the Russians that they were speaking to are still in the trench over to his left.
Бать, ранен? Колено? Проходи, посиди маленько. Куда? Вперед?
Then he stops.
Вперед?
Oh, sit down.
Ну, проходи, посиди маленько. Тут сейчас будет работать пичка. Проходи.
Не, бля. А я прошу, что ли?
Иди сюда. Что ты, сука, ищешь? Руки, сука.
Shit just got real. So that's what he was saying. I didn't have the translation last time I was looking at it. So he's like, I think this guy is totally convinced. I think he has no idea these guys are Ukrainian. And he's just like, yeah, whatever, dude. I'll get over there in a second. So then he starts pulling something out of his bag. Soldier's like, okay, you know, playtime is over.
Иди сюда. Что ты, сука, ищешь? Руки, сука. Да, сука, сядь. Сука, иди сюда. Ты дебил, мы хохлы, сука. Иди сюда. Ты понял? Прикрываем. Без геройства, сука.
These guys really are. These Russian, they're just, they're pitiful. They're pitiful.
Чё, быстрей, помогай, тут 300-й, быстрей. Сюда.
Is this another Russian coming in?
Хлопчик. Давай. А еще один есть?
Это
А?
вдвоем были.
А где еще? Стой, заходи сюда. Здорово. Заходи. О, на его глаза посмотри. Все.
This, I'm sorry, trigger alert. If you don't want to, don't look at this guy's face. He's about to drool.
Понял. Тут никто играться не будет. Смотри. Там пустая позиция уже. Никого нету. Да все, слюни подотри. Ты болеешь чем-то?
Нет.
Здоров? Зэк?
He's a convict. Okay. So, and then this is where they start. Okay, the ruse is finally over with. I don't know how many they captured. Just doing this. But shit gets real, even realer right here. But I think they pull out. I think they get out of there.
Там открытая местность, нахуй, поэтому не стреляли, ебать, потому что, блядь, там, походу, пулемет стоит. Там, походу, и не один, ебать.
Все, пацаны, назад.
It seems like it's pretty far away though, because I don't even see the cameraman doesn't even return fire, and I only hear a little bit of return fire from one of the Ukrainians further to the right.
Проходим.
That's a good point, Hendate. That's a good point. There's a lot of political apathy in Russia about the war. Sponsored by Oakley's.
Кришна, падай, блин. Пастор, пойди пленных забери, троих пленных забери.
They got 3. Okay.
Ложи воги, пойди забери. Кришна, залазь. Залазь.
Calm as a cucumber. Calm as a cucumber. All right, okay, well, we got to do this now.
Что, свалил, думаю?
Видел, ебать.
О?
Видел.
Что видел?
Ебать, он броню, нахуй, ебать, нахуй.
He threw his armor to the side. He goes, guys, there are Ukrainians there. So one guy was approaching, and then he ran away once he figured it out. Wow. That's a Tuesday. Medium distance, yeah. So there you go. That's a Tuesday, folks. That's a Tuesday in the Ukrainian military. Absolute fucking. Have you ever seen anything so crazy? Have you ever seen anything quite, I mean, that trench warfare video, obviously crazy. Remember Ukrainian Rambo, who was like multiple weapons, taking out like 3 or 4 guys from his trench that were approaching? Remember that Ukrainian that left the trench to reposition and take out 3 or 4 Russians that are approaching? Poor uniform discipline will do that. Yeah. True. And it's like the Ukrainians being naturally bilingual, ironically, because Russia occupied Ukraine for so long, forcing the Russian language on the Ukrainian people. So it's totally ironic that they're using that to their advantage on the battlefield. Amazing. Folks, I have a lot of Garbage Fuel Awards I need to hand out here. I'm actually, for the first time, I think ever, I'm in a position where so many viewers, so many amazing people were here. I might have to stop giving individual Garbage Fuel Awards and just give everyone Garbage Fuel Awards. But Zeo Duke, Garbage Fuel Award. Everyone I name is getting a Garbage Fuel Award. Zeo Duke, Jazzbo, Solo Ha, Hendate, Support AFK. Thank you for following and thank you for being here. Come by next time for your Garbage Fuel Award. Who else in the chat? Lenny, your boy Lenny. Absolute badass. Check out his channel, Accidents Waiting to Happen. Lenny, Garbage Fuel Award. Dark Sage, thank you for coming in. Big props to you. Who else? Public Paul Limited Garbage Fuel Award. Charmless Junk. You stuck around long enough. Garbage Fuel Award for you. It's really, if you stick around, that's who gets Garbage Fuel Awards, right? If you stick around, you're not an asshole. PC Inca, thank you for the follow and welcome from Ukraine. Shame you didn't stick around. Thank you for coming in, though. Panda Man. Reluctant Garbage Fuel Award for Panda Man. Reluctant Garbage Fuel. You're putting in the work, though, Panda Man. I'm not going to sit here and not say you're not putting in the work. Rebel Phoenix, Garbage Fuel Award for Rebel Phoenix. Absolutely, Rebel Phoenix. Thank you so much for coming in once again. Rebel Phoenix. I think you're coming. I think are you brand new? I think you've been in a few times. Ordala, thank you for coming in. Props to Ordala. Thank you for coming in. Let's see here. Al Rakabi, Garbage Fuel Award for Al Rakabi. Garbage Fuel Award's going to go to Davey and Woke Patriot. Davey and Woke Patriot and Chem Goblin for holding it down so hardcore in the Discord. Big props to you, to the Discord boys. Big props to the Discord boys. Cat Cube Hate Switch. Cry some more, bitch. Cry some more, motherfucker. Keep crying. That's all I got to say. Keep bitching and keep moaning. Okay? I need something to put myself to sleep at night. Yeah, I go to sleep to the sounds of random chatters moaning. Totally normal. All right, that's all I got. Wild fucking day. Absolutely wild. Unbelievable. Well, you know, fake coup, maybe real attempt at a coup. Putin getting bitched. You know, trench warfare. People getting taken prisoner like we've never seen before. Thank you, Solohov. Thank you. Folks, I just want to remind you that creating political change is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, inform yourself, which you're doing right now. So congratulations, step 1 complete. Step 2, join a progressive political organization in your area. There are thousands, and it's a simple Google search away. They need your help. Step 3, put in the work. Put in the work. I don't want to hear no more bitching. I don't want to hear no more moaning. Okay, the only way we're going to create real progressive change is with nonviolent direct political action. That means you. That means activism. Ask yourself what you're doing for the movement. You don't have to, you're not going to change the whole world. You're not going to fix everything. But you can be part of positive change. And we need you. We need everybody. Let me tell you something. The fascists are organizing. Charlie Kirk, Steve Bannon, fill in the blank. They're recruiting and taking money and fundraising and doing everything, right? We need to out-organize this fascist element in the United States, or we will lose our democracy. And it's not just the United States. Canada, UK, every democracy is right now under attack. Italy, great example. Fascism is real, and we need to fight it. And that's what I'm here for. I'm Abandoned Nihilism. This has been the News Underground, the #1 source of news on Twitch. Peace in the motherfucking Middle East. And glory to the Ukrainian democracy. And we'll see you again real soon. Maybe tomorrow. Smoke fucking weed. Get fucking drunk. Call your fucking mother. Chill the fuck out, right? That's what we do here. 36 viewers? Yeah, right, dude. Come on. Ain't 36 people on Earth that want to watch this shit. France, another great example. It's a News Underground. Only source of news on Twitch, y'all. Now go enjoy yourself. Go enjoy your life. You did it. Obligation over. You did it. Smoke some weed with your mama. I do. My mom and I love to smoke weed. All right, peace in that motherfucking Middle East, y'all. Don't forget to buy Garbage Fuel, #1 drink mix company in the world. Garbage Fuel, sourced locally from 100% garbage juice. Drink Garbage Fuel today, if you dare.